I'm originally from Guatemala, and when I was about 7 years old, my mom remarried an Idahoan, someone from Rexburg. I grew up in a low-income home, and my parents were blue-collar workers, and my dad had different jobs throughout our life. My mom worked at a potato warehouse for most of her life. I took education a lot more seriously because I felt like I was representing my mom. I felt like it was a way to thank my mom, right? So it was, she gave up so much, and in order for me to tell her thank you, I needed to do well, and I needed to study hard. And it's the same when I was able to get scholarships at BYU-Idaho. Whenever they'd have us write letters to these people who had donated money for the scholarships, I felt like I really wanted to thank them, and I felt like the thank you letter didn't do justice. I felt if I was going to thank these people for their money, helping me get an education, I was going to do the very best that I could to get good grades, to take it seriously, to come up with some great experiences that are going to shape my life.
I worked at the library at the circulation desk.
I tutored math for 3 years.
Edgar worked at the library as a math tutor.
It was a blast.
We spent all of our time there.
You know, that was the best job I could have.
It was a place where we both could study.
Eventually it paid off because that's how I met my wife. She came in to get tutored, and I tutored her in love instead, so yeah.
He told us, by the way, that he tutored you in love.
Oh no. Did he tell you how we met at the math lab? Like I said, I went and got tutoring whenever I thought I wasn't going to do well. Edgar's 5 years older than me, and so when we met, he was pretty much done with school, and I was just beginning. I remember a few weeks after we married, we moved down to Southern California for his internship. I saw a different transition because he took a lot of responsibility for me as his wife. You know, I also was pregnant with our first daughter. I did finish my last year online. It was perfect for what I needed in my life right then. And so it provided a perfect opportunity for me to finish my degree. And it would have been really hard for our family, and for me specifically, if I hadn't finished. People have come to me and said, oh, well, you have this degree. Aren't you going to work? Aren't you going to do something to show that you finished the degree? And it's challenging when you get those questions because I feel like I'm using it every day. I feel like I use the principles, the testimony building classes, the experiences that I had to embodied in me now, and I am sharing those with my children and my husband, and I feel like it's been a great benefit to me now.
One of my professors at business school taught me, he said that what you need to do is when you go to work, and you put your head down and you really get as much as you can done, so that when you leave work, then you can focus on your family and focus on the church or whatever else you need to focus on. And I've really taken that to heart, and it's worked really well for me. So I feel bad for the people who go to work and socialize and don't get a lot of work done, that they have to take it home with them and then not pay attention to their family. So I work as hard as I can for those 8 hours that I'm there. I'm always here in time for dinner, and we clean up and then we play. I just play. It's my favorite time. It's the best time. It helps me deal with my stress.
You have those days where you need those principles of the gospel to hold on to in order to be able to do well and to perform well.
I kept trying to think back on all the things that BYU-Idaho has done for me and for my life and for my family, and the list is just endless. I can't imagine what it would have been like to have gone to any other school.
Those experiences really made a drastic change, and I feel like BYU-Idaho gave me those. And I don't think another university would have been able to provide those resources for me.